Well, hello everyone. This is Jay, and this is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. And I'm glad you could stop by because I'm all excited. I'm just having a great time, and I hope you are too. Well, for me, spring has sprung. In fact, that's what I'm gonna call this tutorial. Spring has sprung. You know, although I did see on the other night some of the bad weather, you know, the crossover weather we get sometimes this time of year as we go from one to the other, and some places are really having some bad weather. So I'll keep those people in those places in mind. They're just having a lot of destruction. But here here in Atlanta, north of Atlanta, all I can say is the pollen is everywhere, the azaleas are blooming, the bees are out, and Jay's in a springtime mood, and I hope you are too. So, welcome. And, like I say, I'm going to make something, I don't know, when spring comes, I want to dress lighter, of course, and brighter, and prettier. I don't know, it's just something about the spring that I just want to, put on something pretty. And so for this tutorial, I thought, I really want something lacy, but nothing that's gonna, take a couple of hours like our winter sweaters. I want it to be light, bright, and quick for all my friends on YouTube. So now take a look at this. Like I said, this is a shrug and that I designed, and I just thought it was so pretty. I found a beautiful, I'm using Wendy Bentley's calendar, her favorite things calendar, as my inspiration. I designed my own little thing, so sometimes I just need a little inspiration. I don't go trolling and looking at other people's patterns, getting ideas. I simply find something for inspiration, whether it's a helping hand shawl for caregivers or something for teachers. So my theme, I thought, well, her calendar was just so pretty, and just, like I say, spring was just screaming spring. And I thought I'd do a shrug. And I found this beautiful, in the picture of her calendar, there's tulips. So I set about trying to find a stitch that would represent a tulip. I looked and looked, and I even looked under stitches that had tulip in the name, but the stitch didn't look like a tulip. It just looked more like a cluster or a popcorn stitch. This is crocheted, and I just thought, well. And then I was looking, remember I just did a book review on the Big Book of Crochet Stitches by Jean Linehouse and Rita Weiss. And what to my wondering eyes should appear but this beautiful, beautiful pattern that's called Floral. Now, Jay wasn't ready. Well, I am somewhere. I put a mark on it. Let's see, can I find it? Okay, it's called Floral Medley. And lo and behold, when I looked, I thought, you know what? This is the first thing that I've seen that really looks like a tulip. Oh, it's on page 160. I guess if I just looked at the page number. Sorry. And here it is. Floral Medley. And just looking at it, I wasn't sure. You know how sometimes, because of this swatch here, it's a nice size, but it's still small compared to the real fabric. So I decided to go ahead and work up a swatch for myself to see if I would like the stitch or it really looked like flowers or a tulip. And it does. So this is the stitch that I'm going to use. Floral Medley. It has a chain of a multiple of 7 plus 1. And the stitch that will pop out the flower is just a simple shell stitch. And of course I'm going to go over all the rows in the stitch. And it's only, once you get past the setup rows, it's only a 2-row repeat. And I love that. But anyway, there's the calendar is my inspiration. I found my stitch in the big book of crochet stitches. So now let me show you my design. Well, first of all, that's just a little accessory that, my little pins I made. I have a whole tutorial on these pins, and I'll put it down at the bottom. It's Jay's Quick and Easy Accents. Isn't that pretty? Now, at the time I made this, I didn't have but this little small center, but look what I found later on at Hobby Lobby. I got this one at Hobby Lobby too, but I was over there the other day. I had to pick up more of this yarn, and look, I found a large one. So I'll probably take this one out and put the big one in. Hey, spring, everything should just pop. What do you think of that? Oh, and look, it goes with my bracelet from my bracelet haul. Oh my God, Jay, you are just too bling pretty. Okay, look, enough of being vain. All right, but there's my pen. Now my shrug. Okay, and it's pretty much made like most shrugs, only I do mine just a little different when we get into the pattern. But I wanted you to see. If I hold it up, can you see how it looks like a tulip, like a petal here, a center petal, and then a third petal. So each one has 3 petals. Can you see that? Is that showing up, I hope, on the camera? It is so pretty. And then so that I'm just not like I said, I'm not an expert. And I'm not that great with that beautiful crochet, the really pretty, delicate lace work. I'm just not that, I'm not that good, at that. So what I try to do is let the stitch or the yarn or whatever, work for me. So I simply just ended this shrug with the tulips at the top. And look what a pretty border. Look at my tulip border going all the way around the front. Now I'm going to turn it over so that you can see the back. And look at the back edge. I'm going to pull it up. Here's the lower back edge. I believe that's showing up on the camera. Let me just check. Yes, it is. Quite nicely, too. Look at that back edge. And then, of course, here's the neck. Up here, the back of the neck. Is that not pretty? Can you see yourself in this beautiful shrug or someone? And I'm trying to get it out early enough so if you did want to make it for Mother's Day, come May, that you have plenty of time to crochet it. And then, of course, you don't really have to worry about a buttonhole because the lace will become its own buttonhole, and you just need a pretty button. And there it is. Is that pretty? Well, what happens is, for me, when I'm practicing a stitch, especially, trying to bring it and share it on the YouTube, since I really don't have written patterns, or once a pattern gets stuck in my head, I have to keep working that pattern, until I just feel like I'm through with it. And I'm not particularly a shrug person. I think they're pretty. Yes, I will probably wear this one somewhere, but it's not really, it's just something that it's not my main thing. So I decided, since I could not stop working the stitch, I had to keep going until I felt like I was through. I decided not only to make a spring shrug, but how about a spring shawl? Now look at this. Here's the top of the shawl. We will start here. Let's see if it's picking up on the camera. Yep, the bottom edge here. We will start crocheting from the bottom and just simply work up and just end on a pretty lace edge, and that's it. And the only thing that makes this so quick and easy is that we're going to knit it, we're going to crochet it. I don't know when knitting's on my brain because I'm knitting too on something else for the next tutorial, but we're going to crochet it lengthwise. So see, this is how this is folded in half, and I'm going to fold it again. You see how we're going to crochet it just simply going up, and everything's done. You don't have to do anything extra, except at the ends I did a little, you know, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, just to end off that little edge. But I will go over all of that. What do you think about this? And not only can you wear it as a beautiful shawl, look how long it is. It's so long. I know it's not all on camera. But you can fold it in half, fold it back, and simply wear it as a large, beautiful neck wrap. You know, here's your front, and then you wrap it around. Wrap each side around, just like you would do if you had a beautiful wrap. Now, I know that's a mess, but you saw the pictures. That's why I try to give good pictures. This is so soft, and I'm using yarn that I'm surprised that I'm using. But the color is so pretty, I couldn't resist. So, the next step is to show you, look how, it's just simply big box store yarn, but if it's pretty, it's just pretty. Okay, so next step is let's go over the yarn and let's get some ideas together, and then I can share with you how to get started. Because spring is sprung for me, and I want it to spring for you too. On Jay's Crochet, this beautiful shawl or shrug. Okay, for our pattern, I just finished in the episode before this one, my first crochet stitch book review. And of course, I hope you check it out and I hope you enjoy it. But this was one of the books that I reviewed. Jean Linehauser and Rita Weiss, the big book of crochet stitches that I have used several times and will continue to use. It has just become my go-to book. And as I said in the review, it's user-friendly, beginner-friendly, and it's a good book that you will enjoy using. So it is a definitely must-have book to put into your crochet library. And if you can't find it at Joann's, so you can use a coupon. I think they still have it. I've seen it. But I'm sure you can get it online. You know, just look around and I'm sure you could find it. But it is one that you definitely will. It's a go-to book. It really is done really nice. So, my pattern out of this book that I'm going to create my design is on page 160, in case some of you have it already. And it is called Floral Medley. Floral Medley. And as you can see by the picture, it is a large, just like, you know, you saw my samples, it's a large open lace pattern. It's very open, and the stitch is very loose, but so that you can see the what I'm calling. I just had to find the stitch because I wanted to match the tulips in the calendar, and this was the closest thing I can get. It makes a little flower with 3 petals, and I thought, that's it. So, out of the book, I've already got my pattern ready to go. Now, real quick for some yarns. Since we're doing a shrug or a shawl, you'll be able to choose. You just need a nice lightweight yarn. You know, yarns out of your stash. You just need maybe a skein and a half or 2 skeins. And of course, right off the bat, any of the Soft Secret are just absolutely beautiful yarns. They have a shine that just, it's beautiful. It really is. And the more you crochet it, the softer it gets. So I'm just really, and then of course my old favorite, Karen Simply Soft. Of course, in any color that you want, I just grabbed up some. And let me just see what a crochet hook. See if we're kind of on the same page here. Well, they don't say on here. Well, but I'll tell you what I used. Okay. But Karen Simply Soft. And I also looked and I found this Heartland I had not used in a while. And this pretty pink. by Lion Brand, Heartland, and it's Denali. And it's just a really pretty little kind of textured pink. It's really pretty, but it drapes. You know, this yarn drapes really pretty. All of these yarns drape great. But to my surprise, the yarn that I used wasn't even on the radar. What caught my eye was the color. So here we go. I was overlooking, and they had that little funny, crazy sale, where they take 33% off, 33 cents off. So anyway, I was looking over at Hobby Lobby, and I came across this color, and this is the color of this is the color of my Shrug and my Shawl. I couldn't resist. I love this yarn, super soft, and the color is Glacier. Glacier is the color of this yarn. And I had to have it. Now, and they call for an eye hook, and that is the size that I use. For once, only because, as you've seen from the pattern and from my samples, the lace is so open. It's such a wide open lace with large openings. I went down a hook size instead of my normal J. I took the advice, and I will be working, or I work both my projects in an eye hook. And an eye hook, I think, will work just fine on all of these, unless you want to go down smaller. Let's see, some of these don't. This Karen Simply Soft, you can use an H if you like small hooks. So, this is the color. And like I say, it's just a very pretty color. And if you have a store near you and you go look at it, it's just a really pretty green tone. So, but the color's your choice. We want you to look into your stash. This is such a nice project. There are 4 rows, but once we get to the last 2 rows, rows 3 and row 4, then that's your pattern, and it'll get stuck in your head just like mine, and you won't have to worry about it. You'll be able to do it and watch TV. Okay, so let's see. And I said an eye hook. I believe that's it for us so that we can get started. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to walk you through it, starting with row 1, and we'll just go from there. Make sure you have some yarn that's, contrasting yarn, so we can mark the wrong sides. We'll need that. Of course, your regular stuff, your scissors, and everything else that you need. So, let's get started on this beautiful Shrug, Spring Has Sprung Shrug, or Shawl. Okay, now to our stitch. Well, first of all, as if you've crocheted with me before, even though this pattern, if you were reading it out of the book, calls for a multiple of 7 chain, and at the end of the count, you'd add a +1. I try to, wherever possible, or whenever possible, I try not to have to use that, only because I'm, like I say, I design my own things, and I might start out, following the pattern, then I change it. Well, if I don't have enough chains, to make a change or do something different, then I have to pull it out and start over, refigure the count. But if I just make a long chain on the projects that I've been sharing with you, then if I change my mind or decide to throw something in a little different, or think, well, I like to add this, I still have enough chains to go ahead and complete the project. And whatever we don't use at the end, we take a loose. So, to get started, now, if you're going to do the Shrug, the best way to say how many chains or how long you should make your chain, get someone to help you if you need to. Just stretch your arms out and measure from one elbow to the other. Your Shrug you should make a chain at least from one elbow across your back to the opposite elbow. Very easy. If you're going to do the shawl, and we'll get to that. But this once the instructions, I'm going to do the instructions for the stitch first, and then we'll decide on the project. But that'll be, I'll show you how to do that very easy too. But right now we're just going to get into, all right, we make a long chain. What do we do next? All right, we've gone through the pattern and everything. I've got some practice yarn here. I'm using on the real project, I use an I crochet hook, but on this one I'm using a J just to make it larger. I hope that you can see it. We will start with row 1 of the pattern. Okay, row 1 is the right side. Row 1 is the right side. Now, on row 1, on our long chain, we will simply single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So you just simply go into the second chain and single crochet. Alright, and then chain 1, and then single crochet, skip 1, and then crochet into the next chain. So I chain 1, I skip 1, and then I go over here and crochet into the next stitch. That's the beginning of row 1. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and skip 1 chain on the bottom, single crochet into the next chain, just like that. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4 chains on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th chain, do a single crochet. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 on the bottom, and single crochet into the next chain. All right, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some yarn here. Now skip 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain. Maybe if I put my cup over here, maybe I won't have to pull so. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 on the bottom, single crochet into the next chain. Oops. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip just 1, single crochet into the next chain. Okay, we'll take a look in just a minute. Let's continue. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, next chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, skip just 1, single crochet into the next chain. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet. So far, really easy on this foundation. Row 1, the right side, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip just 1, single crochet in the next chain. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip just 1, single crochet. All right, now let me lay it down and see what we have. Make sure I'm on camera. Let me just kind of check here. Yeah, okay. Now, after our little start here, as you can tell, we have a line of loops. And this line of loops, there's a small loop and there's a large loop. A small loop, a large, small, large, small, large, and continue on the same. On my shrug, for my size, large or extra large, and I kind of, like I said, tried to measure from my elbow across my back to my opposite elbow. I did about 19 of these small loops. See the small ones? I'm counting these small ones. So I did one. I just sit down and counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I did 19. I like odd numbers, you know, when you're putting your pattern together. Only because a lot of times that one extra stitch can mark the center back. You don't have to count it every time. You can just mark and say, this is the center back, because this stitch, it's the odd stitch. But whatever number is fine. You don't have to have a certain number. Just when you feel like you have enough, and you can get someone to help you measure across, you know, stretch your arms out. But it's these little short loop, this small loop here that I count as the repeat, as the flower. So it's 1, 2, and then that's for the shrug. We'll go over the shawl because it's set up a little different. But once you have that, and you're sure of your number, like I said, an odd number is good, just because it'll give you a sense. Let me count this little practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that'll work. Okay, I have 7. And I want to end with a small loop. I started with a small loop, so I need to end with a small loop. Okay. And then after let me just pull it back and just end it right. Chain 3 for the small loop. And now single crochet. You skip 1 and single crochet in the next chain. Now chain 1, skip 1 chain on the bottom, and single crochet into the next chain. And we're going to call that the end. It matches this opposite end, and we're ending the same on this side. Any chain or all chains that we don't use, we will take a loose later. Now, this, like I said, is row 1 of our pattern, and this is the right side. Now, as we get ready to turn to the wrong side, I want you to pay attention on this. Take a note of this. These little loops, those simple little loops, are on the right side. It's going to be really important. But we're going to mark it. We just don't have enough to mark right now. So at the end of this row, the first row, all right, you're going to chain 1, and turn the work. Now we're on the wrong side. And the reason I said it's so important, and we will mark it just let us work a little bit more, because on the wrong side, this is the side we're going to make the flower out of those little loops. So let's get started. You chain 1 and I've turned. Okay. Now I'm going to single crochet in that very first single crochet right there, just the very first stitch. Single crochet there. Oops. Single crochet. Now chain 1. And this starts row 2. Row 2 is the wrong side, the side that we're going to make the flower. And this is how the flower is made. In this first small loop, there's a large loop, but here's the smaller loop. We're going to add shells. The shell sequence for this pattern, if you have the book, you can read along, but you will simply do a single crochet into this small loop, chain 3. Single crochet again, and chain 5. Single crochet one more time, and chain 3. All in this one loop right there. So let's go. Let me show you how it looks. All right. Single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now single crochet. There you go. Now chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And you have to single crochet one more time to connect it. Pull a little yarn. And let's take a look at this flower against my background here. You can see 3 petals a little small, a really tall, and another small petal, all in this same chain, that same little space. Okay, now it's really easy and simple. Every small loop here and all the way across, we're going to put a flower. But in order to get there, we need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I need to get across, I chain 4. Right here, let's do it again. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 2, 3, and then one more single crochet to connect it. Okay, there's my 3 petals. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to get to the next space, that little space there. So I need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I have enough to get to this space. Single crochet, another flower. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And one last single crochet to connect it. Now, to get to the next one here, I need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm ready. Another flower. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and one last single crochet. Okay, to get to the next space for the flower, next loop right there, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at the next loop, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, single crochet. 1, 2, 3. One last single crochet. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next flower, I want to get to the end so I can show you how to turn. But we'll just look at our flowers, okay? Here's the loop right there. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and a single crochet. All right, we're getting up to the last flower. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, here we are right there. For this sample, here's the last one. We single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Oops. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Okay. To end row 2, which is what we're on, the wrong side, after I do the last single crochet, instead of chaining 4, we don't need to chain 4, simply chain 1, okay, and then single crochet into the last, just single crochet into that last stitch right there. Now, to turn, we simply chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn the work, and now we are on row 3, which is the right side. we made the flower on the wrong side. Row 3 is the right side. Now, if we have enough room, you can go ahead and mark this. This before we turn. I'm still on row 2. We just finished it. Let me go ahead and get some bright pink yarn. Just anything to kind of mark. Here we go. Why don't we just go ahead and mark it. And I'm just going to take some bright pink yarn. And then we'll move it up a little later. So instantly I know this is the side. This bright pink yarn is the side that is the wrong side, but it's also the side that I will do the flower. So now I've tied that on. Like I said, we'll move it up. Wrong side. Now, chain 5, turn the work, and I am now on row 3. Row 3 is the right side. And every time I come to row 3 without the pink yarn, we will work. Can you see the pretty flowers now? The 3 petals in each flower. We will be working in the center petal, the tall petal of each flower. And this is all you're going to do on the right side. This is the easy side. All right, here we go. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Now to get to this next flower, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, go over to the next center petal of this flower, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet to connect it. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over to the next flower, to that tall, the petal in the center, single crochet there. Oops. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in that same petal. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we go into the next flower. Whoops. All right, there's the center petal. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to the next one. See it? Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Single crochet. Now, to get to the next one, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm trying to get to the end so I can show you how this row ends. Single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet to get to the end flower right there. My hands are just rough tonight. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One last flower petal here. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. All right. At this end, we chain 1. We don't need to chain 4 because we're at the end. So chain 1. You always have to close it by chaining 1. Now, in this single crochet, you can't see it, but you know it's there. You will do a triple. At the end of row 3, the right side, we will yarn over and over twice. Go into the last single crochet right there and pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 more, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. That made the triple crochet to end row 3. Now we just start to repeat. Row 4 will be the wrong side because the right side, this is the right side right here. We just finished row 3. Okay, so in order to get to the wrong side and do our flower, we chain 1, turn the work, go right back into that first single crochet stitch right there, do a single crochet, now chain 1, And now I see the pink. I know I'm ready to do my shell, my flower. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. One last single crochet to connect it, to get to the next loop, which is right there. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Now I'm at the loop. There it is. Single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. All right. To get to the next flower, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm on my way. And all we're going to do now is to repeat row 3 and row 4. The right side and the wrong side. The right side and the wrong side. So that's 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. This is the flower, so I'm on the wrong side. And there's my pink to remind me. Do the flower on this side. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to get to the next flower right there. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Okay, let's go. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to connect it, to get to the next flower there. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's see, can I get to the end to make sure you know how, remember how to end it. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet to stop. Now to get over to the next one, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see, can I make it? Single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. Single crochet. You're going to be so tired of counting. You're going to be counting in your sleep. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain to get to this last little flower on this back side. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna go, Jay, I can't take it. Hold on, I'm almost to the end. Hold on. All right, single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why'd you pick this one? I don't know. Single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. It is so pretty when it's done, though. You're gonna be like, Jay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Last single crochet, chain 1. Just go ahead and chain that 1 so you won't forget. Now, to go to this, to end it, you just treat this as a post. This long, big old triple that we put there, or whatever, no, the chain 5. Just treat it as a post and just go into like the center of somewhere about halfway. I didn't count it, you just go about halfway, single crochet. Okay, you single crochet. Oh God, I forgot where I am. Okay, single crochet and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This end is the chain 5. The opposite end is the triple, where you'll have to put the triple. I have just finished row 4, which was the wrong side because of the yarn, so you don't have to think now. I turn to the right side and I am on row. I'm simply doing row 3 now. Row 3 will be the loops at the top of each flower. I was trying to get it all in on the camera. But look. See, I knew. You got to trust me. Look how pretty these little flowers. This is the closest thing I could find to like a tulip to match the calendar. And when you pull them out a little bit, you see how they make that little tulip flower? Okay, can you see that? Now we're just going to continue to do row 3 is the right side, row 4, row 3 is the right side, row 4 is the wrong side. The main thing to remember is on the side where you have the yarn, that's the side to do the flower. That's all you have to remember. Now, all right, let's see. So, I guess I need to, all right, let me check my camera and then I'm going to bring out the original so I can show you. Well, I've got one a little further along, so we got to get up the back and then I'll show you how we're going to, I got a little surprise how to separate something, how to make a neck. All right, let me check my camera. Okay, so before we go any further, I have the original back. Let's just chat a minute and take some measurements and before we go to the next step. All right, the first thing let's talk about is, well, you're going to continue to work rows 3, which is the right side, and row 4, which is the wrong side, the flower side, to the length you want your shrugs, starting from the bottom, working up towards the neck and the shoulders. Now, for me, I wanted mine to be long in the back. A lot of the shrugs are really short, so you can have like a little shorty shrug like that, you know. So, but it's you work it to the length you want. For me, I'm large, extra large. And like I said, I wanted a long back, almost just like my sweaters. I worked 16 flowers. 16 flowers from the very start till I got to number 16, and this is my neck right here. I finished working row 4, the flower row, and that was the length that I wanted. Okay, that's one decision. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is something the way I make my shrugs. Most shrugs are simply just plain rectangles, and you just simply fold them in half when you're done, you know, and then you sew up so much on this side and so much on the left side, and then you have your neck, you know, your arms go through and your neck is there. Okay, well, I do mine a little different, so I want to show you what I add to my shrugs to give them just a little more, I don't know. Since I'm so used to making sweaters, and now that I'm sharing with you, you know, maybe this will be something you might want to do. The first thing after I finish the last flower row, that's my neck. That's the row I want to be on. I want to finish with the wrong side, the flower row. Now, I go to my flower row and I count the flowers over, starting from this edge, and count over. You remember I had an odd number. So if I was going to make this into a sweater, I would count and see how many flowers that would fit my, say, right side and my left side. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flowers. If I separated it like I was going to make a sweater, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 flowers. And then I'd have to do 7 flowers on the opposite front or side. See there? And then whatever is left would be my neckline. Does that make sense? It's all in just like we've been working a sweater. So this is how it looks. Can you see where I picked up just like I was going to make a sweater? I had a neckline, and of course I separated, and I did 7 flowers on this side and 7 on this side. Whatever's in here that I felt like would, you know, that I could have left would be a neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 left. And of course, there's my center right there because I had an odd number. Okay, so does that make sense? All right, let me show you how we will make the front of this shrug and how it will work for you and make this really pretty neckline again. Let me just show the neckline again. It folds, it comes in and creates a much prettier front to me, and it really gives a nice look to your bust line than just a plain rectangle folded over and just sewn up. All right, let me get the sample out, and we will start on the next phase. So be sure that you are on the wrong side as we come up to stop our pattern to get ready to separate and make 2 fronts, or we start 2 fronts. So I'm finishing up on this flower, and I'm on chain 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up to the last flower, single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet, back in pattern, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you have to connect that with 1 more single crochet. Now I don't need 4 chains, so I simply chain 1, and I simply single crochet into the post just like that. Now chain 5, 1, 2, because we're on the row 4, 3, 4, 4 and 5. Turn the work. Now I'm on the front, and this is how we're going to separate. I have these pretty flowers, and since this is just a very small sample, of course, let's see, make sure my camera, okay, let me pull in a little more now that I got this smaller sample. Okay, now you can really see it. I wanted to make sure I had it. There we go. How about that? Okay. All right, let's get ready to separate on this sample. Yep. Okay. All right, so I've chained 5, and I start the right side, which is row 3. So, but first, let's look at it and see where we can, how many. On this sample, I can go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We won't have much for a neck, but this is just pretend, you know. So we're gonna say this is our neck. It's not much, but it's, look, it'll work. So anyway, there's my neck right there for this little sample. Okay, so these are going to be fronts. They have to be equal, right and left side. Okay, so after I chain, let's see, I am on the front. I chain 5. Now I go right back into pattern right here. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This is row 3. I'm on the right side. Single crochet. Now chain 4 to get to the next flower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next flower, the petal is right there. So single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Now we need to get to this next flower. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I am at the last flower right there. Single crochet. 1, 2, chain 2, 3, chain 3, and single crochet. Now, if we were going across, we'd simply continue, chain 4. But now we want to make a post and stop it right here at the end of this flower and make this side you know, our right side. So we have to think, and we have to look and just kind of see how we can make this, you know, fit the pattern. That's the main thing, to get back into pattern. And it took me a long time to, you know, to learn how to discern, and I'd have to pull it out and try it again. So at first it's trial and error, but once you get it down and not be afraid, it's okay. So I need to chain 1, all right, and we're on the right side, and at the end, if we were at this end right here, but we're going to end this side right here, I'm going to kind of skip 1 chain right here, and then I'm going to do a triple, wrap the yarn once, twice, now triple in the next chain. I skipped 1 chain down here, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 more, yarn over, and pull through the last loop. There's my new post for my front edge. And I chain 1. Now I'm going to turn the work, and I'm back on the wrong side, the flower side. Does that make sense so far? All right, to do the flower, I simply single crochet into that first stitch that I just made. Just single crochet, chain 1, right? All right, and let me just see if I've got it down here right. I'm on the wrong side. Okay, yep. Now I'm ready to make my flower. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 more single crochet to connect. Now I'm back in pattern. That's all you're trying to do, is to get back into your pattern. Now to get to the next flower, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 more, single crochet. Now to get to this last loop to make the flower, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, can we get to the end so I can turn? Okay. Single crochet, chain 3, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 last single crochet to connect it, and then chain 1, and then this side we simply single crochet into the post. Okay, chain, we're on the back side, so we chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the wrong side, so we chain 5. Okay, turn the work, and voila. Okay, there's the little neck area. Now here's this side, and on my original, excuse me. Oh, can you hear the thunder? I don't know if you can or not. I'm filming late at night. This is what? This is Wednesday, and we having severe thunderstorms. They say might pop up. So it's a rainy night in Georgia again. It feels like it's raining all over the world. Okay, so all right, now we're going to go back into pattern. But oh, what I was saying is, once I separated and made this edge, I'm going to repeat the flower. I'm going to put 3 more flowers. Here's the original row. Now here's my first row of flowers, and then I'm going to do 2 and 3. Does that make sense? So single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. This is the right side now. Row 3. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get over to the next flower there. Single crochet. Oops. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. Now chain 4, 1, 2, oops. That's 2, 3. Don't want to cooperate. 3, 4. My word. Okay, so I'm up to the last flower. Single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. And of course I don't need to chain 4. So I chain 1. And this is the side that has that 1 single crochet right here. So this is the side that I would do a triple 1 to end it. So yarn around once, twice, go into the that single crochet right there, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, pull up, go through 2 loops again, yarn over, and the last 2. Chain 1 and turn the work. Okay, so now we're on the wrong side, but it's the flower side, so I simply single crochet into that first stitch, chain 1. Now, back into pattern. Single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5, single crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and last single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will continue across this row. I want to make sure I show you how to connect on the other side. So you will, like I said, and I added 3 flowers, and I'll go ahead and finish this off camera so I can get over to this side so we can cut the little yarn, and then I can come over here and show you how to pick up. So that's where you are, but see, it starts out looking like, oh, we're making a sweater again. Now you could continue on, you could decide to make the sweater. Again, we have shared enough that you, once I showed, shared with you the neck and how to pick up this side, you may decide, well, I'm not a shrug person, Jay. I want to go ahead and just let mine go on down the front. And then sew up the side seam. And then when we get ready to do the arm space, they'll be done the same. We're going to do those little picot, that little picot edging again. I don't get too fancy with that. But yes, most definitely. So let me let you catch up. Let me finish this, and then I'm going to show you how to pick this side up, how to start it. And yeah, you can decide, no, I don't want to shrug. I think I want to do a sweater, a top. All right, see you back in a little bit. Okay, so now I put my 3 extra flowers on the right side here. You see that? Now we need to duplicate the same thing on the left side so that we have a match. And the best thing to do is to see right here, after this flower, I skipped one, and then I started to build my post, or my little wall right there. You see that? Well, we're pretending this is my neck now. It's a real small neck, but I go over and I see I can go right through that chain there, leave 1 chain before the flower. Now I'm just going to connect my yarn however you connect. I pull and then I make a connection there. All right, and then I'm going to chain 5. This is the chain 5 side. It is the right side, so I know I need to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to get started. Okay, and the right side, remember, I simply single crochet. Now chain 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet in that same petal. And now to get to the next flower, the top petal, I need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. single crochet to connect it. Now to get to the next and last flower for my little sample, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, and since I'm at the end I don't need to chain 4, but I do need to chain 1. And if you look, this is the side that has that single crochet. That will tell you this is the side you want to do the triple. You see that little single crochet there? It's not just a post, there's a stitch there. Okay, so wrap the needle twice, the yarn twice, excuse me. Go into the single crochet, pull up a loop, go through 2, loop through 2 more, loop through the last 2, triple made, single crochet, turn the work. Now I'm on the wrong side, which is row 4, the flower side. All right, right into that first stitch you just made, do a single crochet. Now chain 1, and we're back in pattern. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You're going to hear my voice at night. Single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and the last single crochet to connect. And to get here to the next, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, out the door. Okay, Jay, stop. Okay, single crochet and continue across until you have the same number of flowers, and I did 3, and I will see you back, and we're almost done with this. We're gonna do a little something on the bottom edge so it matches real pretty. But see you back in just a minute. Continue, finish this side. Well, okay, as you can see, I finished 3 flowers on the right, 1, 2, 3, and of course I'm stopping on the flower edge so that this is what I have as the end, and 3 on the left, 1, 2, 3, and there's that. And then this represents our little neck. Okay, now you could easily, this is of course the right side. Now something else that I did on mine, and you don't have to, you can stop right here and you are fine, but to give it a more finished look, a little more professional and just a nicer look, watch, I'm going to turn it around so now the bottom edge is up here, and as we've done before, we're going to recreate this bottom row of flowers right here so that we have a really pretty edge. And the only thing you have to do to do this is to take your yarn, go into the first anything right here on the edge to make a connection. See that? Now, however you connect, I just loop my yarn, bring it up, pull both through, drop the tail. That's just because since I do it that way in knitting, it just translate over. Okay, first of all, let's look and see what we need to do. I just want to go right in and make the flower. I don't want to have to, and the flower is on the wrong side, but since we're upside down, we're on the right. You know, we're going to go ahead and make this flower right here. Just repeat it using these large holes, large spaces at the bottom of the flower. You see that? So in order to do that, I'm simply going to chain 1. All right? And then I start working the shell. And that is a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now one more single crochet to connect, And we're back in pattern. How do we get over to the next flower? Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. Get a little more yarn here. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. A little more yarn. Hold on. Single crochet. Now chain 3. 1, 2, 3. One more single crochet to connect it. And to get over to the next flower, I need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm over to the next flower right here. Single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. A little more yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. And when you see how it just looks a lot prettier, then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Last single crochet in this flower. Get over to the next one. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I am. Chain, single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3. So can I get some more yarn here? Single crochet, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Last single crochet to connect it. Now the flower here, I need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Last single crochet. I have 2 more flowers to get to, then put a little more yarn. To get over, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, last single crochet. Now chain 4 to get to my last flower, which is here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last flower, single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet. A little more yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet. Oops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Last single crochet. And I don't need to chain 4. I chain 1. And then I simply single crochet into the last stitch because we're ending this. Last single crochet there. So single crochet there. Cut my yarn. Pull the loop through. Now turn the work back like it should, like you'll see it. Now you have not only flowers at the top, flowers to show you where the neck area is. And look at these beautiful flowers. They're like the whole flower at the bottom. See what a difference that made? All we did was just turn it upside down and kind of put the other side. Now, all right, let's turn so we can talk about. Now, of course, you'd weave those ends in. Never take your thread out. Only after you've put your button on, sew things together, put your little back mark. You know, I use little buttons or something. Otherwise, it's always, you can always get the wrong side by mistake. and sew things together. So never take the yarn out till you're absolutely done. Okay, so now, like I said, you could easily continue this down. I'm just doing this sample, and go all the way to the bottom and make yourself a beautiful sweater. I was just trying to give you a little break from so many sweaters. You know, Jay, yeah, you know how Jay rolls, you know, once I get going, I don't, you know. Okay, because I'm not bound, you know, I'm just knitting this, or crocheting it, and it's so easy to follow your own inspiration than trying to follow someone else all the time. Nothing wrong with patterns. I enjoy them, I like them, but I can knit so much faster when I'm just doing my own thing. Okay, so like I say, you can stop, you can continue this all the way down and bring it down to the bottom edge, and then you'd sew up the edge just like we normally do and make your little sleeve, and you'd have a sweater or a nice top. But since this is a shrug, of course it's going to be shorter, and what you're going to do is bring it down, but do not connect the flowers. You see how the flowers right here, leave them open, start sewing together right above the flower, so the flower is always open. And I would sew up just enough for my arm. Of course, you're going to try it on. You're going to pin it. Leave the flowers. Do not sew the flower edges together like this. The flowers are open. So you start right above the flower when you get ready to sew or pin. And this, of course, this is not on the same scale as the original one. I'll bring that up. But you see how it makes this beautiful edge all the way around. We did not have to go around and pick up or do an extra edge at all. It finishes. Now, but I suggest on the sleeve, after you sew this up, go switch to one of those little smaller crochet hooks, you know, the little that I use all the time, which, look, I didn't bring over here. But anyway, you're just going to pick up and do single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, or you can leave it as is. But if you wanted a little extra, you can put the little picot edge or the little single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3 around the edge of your arm space. Now let me get the original, that way you can see it. Okay, here we go with the original. See how my thread is still there until I am actually know that I am done and everything is in place. All right, let's see if I'm on camera. Let me make sure I'm on camera here. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I can see it. Okay. I hope that's not too big. I think I'm okay. Maybe if I back it back a little bit. Okay. Now, here's where I came over. Then I took this edge and I went down and but I did not sew the two flowers together like that. I start sewing right above the flowers up to how far I thought I needed, or, you know, from trying it on, how much space I needed to get my arm through here, like this. Okay. Then, at the end, after sewing it up, you can do like the little picot, you know, single crochet, chain 3, and then do your little picot. It's the same stitch we did on Find Your Rose Today, around the arm space of that one. Or you can just leave it plain. But after it's sewn together, then you can see how the edging just follows all the way around without us having to do extra. It makes its own little border. Now, isn't that pretty? Okay. And then, of course, the lace is so pretty because it's on the edge. You don't have to do a buttonhole or anything. The lace becomes its own buttonhole. You put a pretty button on, and I may change that button later. I just wanted to have one on. Slide the loop over, and look at that. Look at the pretty lace. This is really pretty. Now, this is for, you know, this is really dressy. So if you have somewhere to go, can you see this over a pretty dress? Oh man, or even some type of little top and a pair of slacks and your nice nice shoes and a pretty bag. Oh, it's so pretty. Well, what do you think about that? Well, let's go ahead and real quick show you how the shawl is done. If you're not a shrug wearer, like I'm kind of not, but I was trying to give you a little, you know, since we've done so many sweaters, I just made this a shrug instead of the sweater. All right, let me change everything and I'll bring out the shawl. Okay, now, just for those that maybe you're not a shrug wearer, that's really me. I really don't wear shrugs, you know, but I like the one that I just made because it gives a prettier front closure. It doesn't just, you know, just where you stick your arms in. There's a little more depth to it. So now I think that one is really going to look pretty if you give it a try. But if you just rather say, well, Jay, I like a long, maybe a scarf or a shawl, this will take the place. And this is just so simple and so pretty. Okay, here's my original. And you can see I still have my little wrong side yarn in there. So I'll know this is the right side. And I simply repeat it. I'm going to count my flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did 12 rows, stopping with the flower row at the top. This is my neck edge right here with the pretty flower. So I don't have to add anything else to get a pretty neck. Here's my, see, it will just wrap around my neck real pretty. And to make this really easy, you know, most of the time when we do shawls, we work them this direction, you know, kind of, well, that takes too long for me. And then what happens with this edge, one edge was going to be fancy and the other edge will be plain. But if you work it lengthwise, you definitely have a neck and you definitely have the bottom of the shawl, which you could add on to the bottom of the shawl just like I demonstrated for the shrug. You can make this flower complete, but I didn't do that. I left the bottom plain. Now, the only other thing I did, you're going to have a straight edge over here on each edge. Well, I simply did my regular single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3. See, I just made those single crochets, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3. And it just gives that nice little finished lace to this little straight edge on each side of the shawl. Or you could put fringe on each side of the shawl, on each edge. And that would be pretty. I thought about that, but I just went ahead and did this because I wanted to get done, to get it on tape. And you say, well, how long? You know, how long should I do it? Well, mine is so long, so I'm going to start rolling it. Just to let you see. Jay went crazy. Well, tennis is on now. I'm watching tennis. I'm beginning to watch tennis again. And here we go. We're just moving right along. They just finished the Miami Open. Congratulations to one of my favorite, Victoria Azarenka. I love V. She's the girl with the hoodie on. Oh, but she was fantastic. Okay, so here we go. And of course, no back, no lay one on the guy's side. So congratulations to the Miami Open winners in tennis. See, I'm still rolling while I'm talking. Look, I just kept going. But that just makes it so beautiful to wrap around your neck. You saw on the pictures, you can wrap it around your shoulders. You can wrap it around your neck. You can just let it hang down. And, let's see, can I do, oh, I done rolled it up. You can just, look, fold it in half. And it becomes like a heavy, heavy scarf. Or, see, look how heavy that looks now. But it's still real soft and light. But it has a lot of texture with all the holes in there. So you could just fold it in half and wear it that way. There's just so many ways to wear this. But anyway, you're thinking, okay, Jay. All right, so what do I need to do in order to do that? Now, let me get my little thing here. I'm going to move out a little bit. And let's see, I'm sorry my fingers are all in the way. You know I'm still learning on my camera. I'm going to let it up a little bit. There we go. Now, yes, I can see that. Okay, this is real easy. You know, I try to think of easy ways to do everything. You say, well, how long should I make the chain? I like that idea about the working the shawl lengthwise. So when I'm done, I'm done. I don't have to sew any seams or do anything or have one edge fancy and the other edge plain. Well, make a long chain. Start on one side of your body. Just let it fall where you might like it to stop. Go around the neck, come down, and match it on this side, on the other side. And then that's your chain to start. And then once you have that, and you feel comfortable with it, and you can chain a few extras. Remember, anything that you don't use, we just take a loose at the end. Then, of course, you'll start on row 1. And you'll just start working the pattern. And as you saw, I worked mine for 12 it was easy just to count the flowers. Just keep working and end on a flower row. Let me just check and make sure I'm getting this on the camera now. Can you see that? I hope that's light enough. How simple that is to kind of figure that out. But you'd chain around your real body. You'd go up one side, around your neck, and keep chaining. Don't stop. And then come down the other side of your body. And that's how you'll know how long to make your chain. And like I say, then you just sit there and keep repeating the pattern. And like I said, I just kept going. And I stopped on a flower row to represent the neck. And that is it. Is this simple, fast, and quick? Because once you get it down, like I said, I started with a shrug, but once I practice a pattern, and I practice it over and over so that I can share it without trying to have to read it. Every couple places I got kind of lost, but the most important thing is to mark the back side so that you'll know the flower is done on that row 4 of the pattern, the back. And once you get that down, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to be counting in your sleep when you get through with this. But I think it's a really nice crochet. You can do it in any weight yarn. You can do it in any color. This would just be fabulous in a lighter weight yarn or even in thread. You know, if you are thread, you could easily do this because I know there are people, you know, we have different seasons. While some are, you know, winter, others are summer. So you can easily decide on a yarn for the temperature of the season that you're in. It's just, like I say, a lot of fun. A lot of counting, but a lot of fun. So what do you think of Jay's Shrug and then this little extra project I threw in here, a beautiful shawl? Okay. I had thought about, on my, you know, when I got through with the shawl here, I thought, well, I'll just leave this plain. And that's what I said. I'll just leave it plain. And then I got to thinking, Jay, go ahead and finish. Go ahead and make it as pretty as you can. And like I said, once the pattern gets stuck in my head, it's just stuck. All right, now you know this is the top, the neck edge. And I stopped and, you know, have the flowers up there. And just like I showed you on the shrug, if you turn it upside down, and now this is the bottom edge, you can leave it just like it is on the bottom edge. Just as pretty and simple. Do you see that? Okay. But you can also, like we did on the shrug, repeat the pattern. And we're just going to repeat the flower part of the pattern. Just one row of flowers. And all I did was connect here on the very edge. Do a single crochet, chain 1. Okay. Another single crochet, and then I went right into the flower. Go right back into your flower, chain 3, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 3, and continue. And then, of course, chain 4 to get over. So I'm right here. I thought, well, you know what? I'm so close. And look, I ain't got nowhere else to go but sit here and talk to you. So I'm just going to continue and finish this. So I'm up here to chain. I'm just doing some. I'm going to do a few just to show you how it's going to look. So there's my chain 3, single crochet, now chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can connect on the right or wrong side on this. It's just the bottom, and all we're doing is making this flower instead of half. You see now it becomes like a whole flower on the bottom edge. You see the difference? Okay, chain 5, single crochet. It's just stuck in my head now. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, single crochet. Now to get over to the next, this is the bottom edge, remember, right here, and there's a large space right up under that flower. So to get over, I chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, single crochet, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3, one more single crochet to finish these 3 petals. Now we have a flower on this side of this large space and the original flower there. So it looks like a whole flower. Now to get over to the next one, we need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, one more single crochet. All right, need to get over, chain to the next flower right there, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just felt bad after I said, well, I'm going to do it on the shrug, and I showed you how I did it on the bottom of the shrug, and I thought, you know, you need to go ahead and do it on the bottom of this shawl to really give this shawl that little pop, that little extra to make it really look finished. Now you don't have to, but like I said, once you get going, it's just easy just to finish. So 1, 2, whoops, 2, oops, kind of made a whoops there. 3, 4, 5, single crochet, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. Now to get over to the next flower, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then single crochet and start the process all over. Now let's just take a look now. Okay, let's take a look at the complete shawl, where I decided to go ahead and not be lazy, not quit, not get tired. Okay, not do as I say and not as I do. Now look, see if you pull the flowers up. Now that's the bottom edge of the shawl now. Now the bottom edge is finished, and now when you look at the whole shawl, I hope it's on camera, look at that. Here's the neck edge up here, and I simply went to the bottom and added the flowers. Can you see that on camera? I hope it's showing up. And now it is a complete fin. Look, oh, look at that edge. See, I'm looking through a mirror, looking at the camera. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, Jay, I'm so glad you did it. Okay, so there's the neck edge. Looks nice. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to finish this, and I hope you will too. Simply just continue putting the flowers. Of course, mine is long, so it will go all the way. Well, now I feel like it is. Now this is like finished when I finish this row. And all you need is one row. That's it. Whew. I think you're going to look pretty, and I believe you're going to do this one. It is really nice. Like I'm saying, you decide how long or how short or if you want just a scarf. So even if you fold it in half, you're still going to have a pretty edge on either side. See that? If you fold it in half and wrap it around your neck like a pretty neck wear. Isn't that pretty? Well, okay. I thank you so much. I've enjoyed this. I hope you have too. I love you stopping by visiting. I just wish you the very best. You're going to look pretty in this. And I can't wait to see all the different colors. And like you say, don't forget, send us a picture. Just follow the information after the Jay's Friendship Album video. And then, we'll be glad to show everyone. This is Jay. This is Jay's Knit and Purl Jam. See ya.